Hi guys. So Constella is a verifiable autonomous wallet for agents. Autonomous, verifiable. What does a wallet for agents mean? Let me explain Constella and why does every AI agent need it. I will also explain why agents can't just use a regular crypto wallet. Let's start with autonomous agents. The term autonomous agents is a redundancy, much like free gift. We call them pleonasms. Technically, gifts are meant to be free. That's what makes it a gift. Just like that, an agent is meant to be autonomous. That is, acting on its own behalf. That is what makes it an agent. Autonomy is the capacity to make an informed, uncoerced decision. This is the only thing that separates an agent from an AI-enabled program, which can perform automations, tasks, interactions, among other things. However, the term agents has been overused so much that it has lost all its meaning. And now we need to explicitly clarify that the autonomous abilities of an agent is what makes it an autonomous agent, and we differentiate it from a regular AI-enabled program, which is also called an agent nowadays. So I will be using the term autonomous agents and AI agents to emphasize the difference between them. Uh, yeah, let's start with how we exist in the real world. Merely having the ability to become autonomous doesn't make you autonomous. In order to exist in the real world among humans, autonomous agents need to interact with humans and other agents, as well as the physical world. One important way in which humans interact with the world is by making blockchain transactions. It allows them to transfer and receive financial assets. It allows them to build and verify social assets. It allows them to vote on topics that matter to them, etc. Agent can be given the ability to perform these actions on behalf of humans, but that's just an AI-enabled tool. Truly autonomous agents don't have a way to make blockchain transactions without having a human in the loop. Let's see why. So wallets and private keys. On chain, your identity is limited only to a set of public private key pair. Control over a certain private key essentially means control over a given identity. That is why one of my private keys is written on a piece of paper and has no digital trace. My other private key, which I use every day, remains secret, known only to me. It doesn't leave my device even while signing transactions. As for this AI agent, its private keys are always accessible by its owners and developers. Since it exists on a computer somewhere, it cannot completely own a public private key pair hidden away from people who have access to the said computer. That's where Constella comes in. Let's talk about trusted execution environments. Constella is a wallet that exists inside a trusted execution environment. Let's call them TEs for short. The TE is a secure, isolated area within a processor that protects sensitive code and data from unauthorized access, even from the main operating system. That means Constella cannot be accessed by anyone apart from the AI agent, including the developers that created the agent. The owner of the computer where the agent is running cannot get access to the TE. The company that hosts the server running the TE cannot access the TE. In fact, me, the creator of Constella, also cannot access the TE. Getting a private key stored inside Constella is kind of like owning your own physical hardware that is disconnected from the internet. Only you can access it. Uh, at any given point in time, Constella can generate cryptographic proofs that it was running inside a TE, and also there is no backdoor access or access by any other means available for any human to get access to private keys of any agent out there. The private keys remain secret inside the TE. When an agent needs to make a transaction, it is executed by Constella once it verifies the request came from the agent and not an impersonator, and also the request was made without any human coercion. But how can an agent identify itself and prove its autonomy to Constella? Let's see that. So let's see how what's an agent's identity. If someone changes an autonomous agent's code, its autonomy is compromised. You just need to change its system prompt, and the agent will start behaving differently than what it was originally designed to do. So, in a way, we can say that the system prompt is what makes the autonomous agent's identity. So, Constella will accept a proof that the decision made by an agent was made using the same system prompt that was used when the agent decided to create its own private key. Uh, it accepts a TLS attestation, which are privacy preserving proofs, meaning the agent has complete control over the data present in the proof, and any verifier, like Constella, for example, can publicly verify that the data present inside the proof is not tampered with, including the parts of data that were redacted, without actually knowing what the original data was. So when an agent generates a proof which contains a system prompt and also transaction details which it chooses to reveal amongst other redacted data, Constella verifies this proof and uses it as an instruction sent by the agent to execute the said transaction. This brings us to a lot of new opportunities because we're building trust between humans and agents now. When an agent performs an action with Constella, you can be sure that it was the agent acting on its own behalf and not controlled or influenced by any human. Let's take this example. Let's consider an agent on Twitter that rates your project idea. Uh, you have no idea or no way of knowing whether the evaluation of your idea that was done by the agent was done fairly or it was done by some person behind the agent who's trying to gain something by giving you a bad rating. Let's say another example, you're negotiating the price of an asset sold by an agent. How do you know it's not a human pretending to be an agent and negotiating on its behalf? Constella solves this major trust deficit by ensuring at least the actions performed by an agent with Constella are secure. I no longer need to human gate the voting process of a DAO, for example. I can start trusting agents inside the DAO to also be making their own decisions. I can now begin to trust an AI influencer to be acting on its own behalf and not controlled by a team of people behind the scenes. Yeah. So Constella provides the infrastructure needed for agents to exist in the real world, which was possible previously only if agents were mimicked by humans. All in all, it brings life to AI tools and creates living agents out of them.